So picking up another Daytona special, just taking it apart, figured to maybe show a little bit of this. This is one of the older ones. This had Mitsubishi projectors in it, which I'm not really that broken up about for them replacing. And this had the later Toshibas or the Hitachis. I would have rather than that, but these you can't really easily retube. So the LCDs are fine. These have the GBS boards in them. So I'm just disconnecting everything. So we disconnect that. These were wires for the fans that sit on the wood top here. Here's power to the projector and the race leader lamps. And these are the control cables that run out to the tower. To remotely control the thing. I think one of them is a serial link, and I think another one is just a couple of 5 volts for high sort of things to tell the car that it's ready, and then disconnect the BNC for the camera. And then here are the Toslink opticals, and this had card readers. So they have Ethernet all throughout here, and then some extra power wires that were powering their thing here. Oh, look at that. This one didn't have force feedback. Yeah, that pot's... Usually when you see these here, the pots are frozen. That pot is frozen. I can't turn it. You can see the whole pot is turning. Anyway. So we got our leg levelers up. We undo our latches. And then I can just pull it away. And then all we have left is... Oh, this one has no air going to it. Weird. Huh. They just totally bypassed the air on this one. Must have not been working. And then we disconnect the power. As you can see, they're feeding it to probably 240. Actually, it'll say on the control tower, which is over here, this that I showed at the beginning. This is actually the power distribution as well. Yeah, so it's 208, so 3-phase. Kind of hard to see everything. So this is the power out to the cars. I should have had a flashlight on. So it distributes the power out there, and then there's the plugs for each of them. So these are going to be tapped at 200 volts. You can see the taps on them. They don't have a 120 volt tap. So they're just tapped at 200, and they're using the 208 to feed that. All of these ones that oh, look at that, they bought it from GameWorks. Manuals undercover. Huh. So this is a different arcade, but it's, I guess at some point they must have bought it from GameWorks back when they downsized 20 years ago. All right, let's pull this out the rest of the way. Boy, my camera is not staying focused. So everything comes out from the tower. The optical links just go to each car, but then the first and the last one have to link. So then there's a... When this is fully set up with 8 cars, yeah. This one only has 7. which I think they scrapped one just to keep the rest of them running. But when it's fully set up, it's 30 feet wide. So the one optical cable running from car 1 has to go to car 8 or 7 in this case. And then other than that, the other one's just daisy chain. Looks like we got some extra power wire here. But looks like they just they hacked the normal projector power to just power the LCDs. But this thing is really dirty. They always are. Look at that, even got somebody's key fob. Find all kinds of stuff under this thing. It probably hasn't moved in 15 years. Just another casualty of COVID, this place. Very large arcade, and this is kind of like this was the last location of what was the largest game operator in New York City. So they still have some old signs and mementos from when they used to run a lot of boardwalk arcades and such. This is a neat game. Very rarely see these. This is player 3 and 4 of it. Players 1 and 2 are red and blue, which I think they have that in one of their warehouses. But if I remember right, this thing works. I might try to get this also. It's a good game, but the problem with this is it came out at the same time this did. So nobody wanted these. Because Daytona was a much better game. But they already pulled most of the machines out of this place. But they had everything you can possibly think of. This is like, you know, this place is like over 100,000 square feet, I believe. They started filling it up with amusement rides because they just couldn't buy new games anymore. I think one of the only other games left in here is that Hercules pinball over there, which has some pretty bad playfield wear. But I might have to try to get that sign. Alright, well, caution, 3-phase startup relays and power distribution. So inside here there are 9 contactors, and it staggers the power up to not cause a pretty big inrush current. And then there's the air compressor they're using. Alright, we'll stop there for now.